Strike up the band. Edmonton's won a football game. Puts a smile on a few faces, and he brings some energy back to Commonwealth. Now a winning streak, but that means the Elks got to win at home. Maybe, finally, it's Elks and RedBlacks on Sunday.
Can't stop, won't stop till I drop. Keep climbing for the top. Simmer down, you too loud. Whip around, you can try, but I won't stop, won't stop.
Marco Dubois, the rare fullback catch in Ottawa. Down the sideline, tiptoeing goes Dubois. Touchdown, RedBlacks.
Won't stop, won't stop.
Rolling left, looking, trying to run it in, and he does. Alouette touchdown.
Won't stop, won't stop.
He got it away. Touchdown, Edmonton. For the first time in 2023, the Edmonton Elks win.
Braylon Addison has overcome knee, hamstring, and Achilles injuries over the last 3 years, but Braylon Addison is back again. Let's hope going forward the focus is on the kind of game breaker he can be. Stephen Dunbar, well, he had 4 catches for 93 yards, 2 touchdowns, and was smiling from ear to ear inside Hamilton, beating his own team and helping the Elks get their first win of the season. Let's hope he brings that energy to Commonwealth. I know, everybody, it's last in the West against last in the East, but it's never bottom of the barrel when you got Milt Stegall, Jim Barker, and Dave Naylor. And you know, when Kate slides out, I slide in. It's very good to see you all again. And when we're talking the Edmonton Elks, well, that only means one thing. We're counting the days and counting the games. And right now, well, it's 22 consecutive home losses. That's 1,415 days. As Milt likes to say, they haven't won as the Elks yet, and they got a lot on their backs. But you know what? When we're taking a look at this matchup, it's not just what's going on with Edmonton, and given all the positivity after Trey Ford led them to a win in Hamilton last week, it's what Ottawa needs to do, Dave. This is a significant game for both teams and what their futures could mean after Labor Day. So, key matchups, what are you looking for?
Well, since Trey Ford became the quarterback the last 2 games, this CFL we know is usually a pass-first league. Edmonton has 58% of their plays have been run plays. That's been a big part of their formula of success. Some of it is Trey, some of it has been Kevin Brown. The Ottawa RedBlacks stop the run better than any team in the CFL. This is strength against strength. That's where I'm watching.
For me, it's the Ottawa offensive line. They've given up 41 sacks. When you have a quarterback that can run like Dustin Crum, that should slow the pass rush. So they should be giving him more time. If he gets the time to attack this secondary, it could be problems for the Elks.
As you mentioned, Dave, they're great at stopping the run, Ottawa RedBlacks, but what about the ball? When the ball's in there, they've been the worst. 27 completions over 30 yards, 326 yards a game. If Trey Ford is going to have an opportunity to throw the ball, this is the game. So that's the matchup I'm looking at.
Well, the focus, obviously, in Commonwealth. But we have heavy hearts today after the news that Rich Stubler, the longtime defensive coordinator, 5 Grey Cups, the match defense, 32 seasons coaching in the Canadian Football League. He has passed away. So many players, coaches, and players who've now become coaches are influenced by Rich Stubler. The CFO lost a great coach today. Rich Stubler was 74.
We get set to wrap up Week 12 on the CFL skid here in Edmonton with the Elks and RedBlacks ready to go at Commonwealth. Ottawa looking to snap a 4-game losing streak after letting one slip away against Montreal. And Edmonton, well, they know everything there is to know about losing streaks. 22 in a row here at home, but they did pick up a win last week on the road with Trey Ford at quarterback.
And a glimpse of, I think, what is in the future for this football team with Trey Ford managing the play from behind center. And look, God gave him a lot of talent, and he's an extremely gifted athlete. And he rushes the football, he gets 11 yards every attempt. And another guy that has been given a lot of talent from the big guy is Dustin Crum. Very similar type of quarterback. Dusty, I cannot tell you how excited I am about watching these 2 young quarterbacks get after it tonight.
Bob Dice, like we mentioned, 4 losses in a row. His team, however, has 3 wins against the West so far this season. Chris Jones snapping a 13-game losing streak dating back to last season, last week, and they look to get one here at home. "22 consecutive home losses for Edmonton. They'll look to change that here as we have some Sunday action, and we are underway at Commonwealth. This will be taken just inside the 15. Brought right back up the field. Nice return all the way out to the 45 before eventually being finished off heavily. But a nice start for Ottawa. Bennett on the return.
Yeah, Tobias Harris getting it done, and absolutely love that. It's what you want. Young quarterback stepping out there for the first time. Got good field position. You can smell the goal line from there, Justin. And I just can't wait to watch this kid get after it. Both these quarterbacks. He averages 8.1 yards a carry, and like I said earlier, Trey Ford 11. These guys put a lot of pressure on his defenses.
Chance for both of these guys to work some magic here today. 3 wins for Ottawa, just 1 for Edmonton. Crum looking to throw, and he's going to take a shot down the field early. And that one almost intercepted. Looking deep down the far sideline for Ackland. But the Elks are there.
Yeah, and I love the deep shot, right? He's right here, and he's going straight down the football field, and Dustin is going to throw it as far as he can. And the ball's just kind of hanging. It's just kind of hanging. That's a shot that you got to take a little air out of it and get it there a little quicker, because Jalen Ackland had the defender beat. Franklin does a nice job of coming over the top and breaking that up at the end. Otherwise, Ackland makes that catch.
Ackland had snuck in behind Darius Bratton. But Franklin came over to help out. Crum now 2nd and 10. Wants to take off. Nice move. Truck down from behind. Avoided a heavy blow at the end of the play from Mark McLaurin. But that will bring up 3rd down for the visitors.
Yeah, Jake Serezna was all over him. And he's bottom of your screen, one-on-one, and he's going to keep his motor going, which he's known for. And right there, he gets a leg and sets up Crum for a vicious hit, bending him backwards like we saw last week when he crossed the goal line.
So Ottawa, 2-0 to start the ball game. Kicked away from the 40 by Leone, a towering kick, and that bounces into the end zone. CJ Sims will go back and grab it there. And less than 2 minutes into this ball game, Ottawa is on the board with a single. Here's a look at Trey Ford.
Talk about providing a spark. You know, you talk about the home losing streak here, and he's part of that, you know, and he's lost here, and he knows what it's like, and he'll do everything he can this afternoon and this evening to make that a distant memory. But Trey Ford, boy, he's gifted. I'm looking forward to watching this kid put a lot of pressure on Ottawa's defense, a defense that is one of the best in the league in takeaways.
You heard the pregame talk about maybe this is a team that he can throw against. Do you expect them to do that a little bit more?
Well, it all depends on what Ottawa does, you know, and what he gives them. You know, Trey's taught to take what the defense gives you.
They'll hand it off right up the middle into the hands of Kevin Brown, a big part of this Elks starting offense.
Yeah, I got him down, Kevin Brown, on the right side. Brett Boyko just kind of getting settled in the right tackle after assuming that position. From UNLV, I love that kid. We go back a long ways. Kevin Brown, really nice last couple of weeks rounding out the form, that run game becoming more important. Certainly more apparent in the Elks offense. And Lewis, when you get that guy, Eugene Lewis back in the lineup, you better be targeting him as much as possible because he can make it happen for you.
2nd and 3 for Ford in the offense. They'll hand it off again. Trying to push ahead is Brown, and I think he is stopped just short, about a yard short of an Edmonton 1st down.
Ottawa does. Yeah, they're hard-nosed defense no matter where they play, and they really do a nice job on that left side there, getting off blocks, coming up through and sifting in there and getting a hat on a hat and a hat and a hat. And just taking on the end right there, setting it. Auclair's in there. Santos Knox is in there. my committee, Ottawa, getting it done, forcing it possible. That looks like Taylor Cornelius is drawn in his new role.
Big man, short yardage quarterback since being relegated to third man on the depth chart.
Trickery a little while back, too.
Yeah, not bad. Anything up their sleeve this time. Cornelius trying to push ahead. Oh, boy. That is close.
Oh, wow.
I think he got it on that second effort, depending on the spot. It looks like they got enough. They ran him out to the left side, and at first I wasn't sure he was going to get there.
Yeah, he's definitely Buffalo Grill around the outside, and he gets stood up right there. And Taylor just kind of came off of that attempted tackle, spun right here, and you can see it right there in this first down.
Yeah, if he doesn't break that tackle, that's probably a turnover. Instead, 1st and 10 on the Edmonton 54. Options out to the right here for Ford. In trouble, taken down immediately at the 45 as Ottawa's defense steps up big here early.
I just absolutely love how they second leveled that with pressure on the edge, and they were waiting for it. This guy, Bryce Carter, 6 sacks in the season, really stepping up. And Malden on the other side, only 3 sacks. Look for him to get going here soon. Coleman's had a stellar year for this football team, does everything for them. And the back end, they draw in Brandon Dandridge, who's been out for the last 3 weeks. Cariel Brooks kicks into the halfback position, done a good job in his absence. Happy to have Dandridge back.
First sack of the season for Santos Knox. 2nd and 15, Ford out into the flats. Trying to find some room on the far side is Brown, but he is wrapped up and taken down by Eau Claire.
It's kind of hunting and pecking right here, you know, trying to get some high percentage throws for the young quarterback early, trying to establish a run, which they have the last couple of weeks. Not a bad idea, 2nd and long. After that, Santos Knox, stymie, stepping up and making things happen.
Third and 6, Julian will be forced to kick this away. Just gets it away. End over end, taken at the 5. And now to the near side of the field. Hendrich upended. Special teams.
Josiah Shackle making it happen.
Former University of Alberta Golden Bear Shackle made sure Dandridge got a bit of a ride. Former 2nd-round pick of the Calgary Stampeders, Josiah Shackle, making an impact here early.
Yeah, and you know, it's spectacular play right here. Gets underneath Dandridge as he's trying to get to the edge. And you know, Chris Jones earlier in the week talking to his head coach for the Elks, and he's pretty proud of the fact that he's got no starters offensively, defensively on his special teams, and they got one job to do, and that's fly around and make things happen, and Shackle did right there.
University Defensive Player of the Year in this country back in 2021. Now they'll hand it off, and a nice push on the far side for Williams, best offensive play of the game for Ottawa in this starting offense.
Yeah, and I've got Boyd. Why highlighted? Because I want to see him up against Serezna all afternoon long, and I think that'll be a heck of a battle to watch. Sit back and enjoy that. You saw Devontae Williams there, got a nice chunk of change right there, 10 yards off the hop. He's coming into his own because of what Dustin Crum can do to defenses. He's really settling in, and then you've got Jalen Addison. He's back in the lineup after a long time. Going to talk about him some more this afternoon.
Let's take a look at the Edmonton starting defense.
Yeah, AC Leonard, is he a receiver? Is he defensive end?
He does everything.
He's amazing. And I love him, you know, he does a lot. He's got 9 quarterback sacks, really right there at the top of the CFL. Niles Morgan, 3rd-year player from Notre Dame. Love that kid. And he can make it happen, really come to his own in the middle for the Elks. And Ed Gainey's the leader on the back end. They're going to need some help back there if they want to come together and become a better unit in the passing game.
45-yard reception for Leonard last week. 2nd and 9 here for Ottawa. Crump quickly gets rid of it, and that one falls incomplete. He was hit as he threw, but bounces back up, no problem.
Yeah, and it's just lack of communication between his receiver, and he sits down, and Dusty doesn't really know where he's at, throws a tentative ball, been there, done that. It's just a real ugly feeling when you're like, where are you going? And you got pressure in the face, and you want to let it go and let it rip with confidence, and you can't do it.
Leone stands on his own 10. Sims waiting. Just inside the 30 is where he gets his hands on it, and he stays alive. There's a flag on that tackle. And we will sort that out when we return. Trey Ford, the first man in a long time to lead this franchise to a victory. On the road last week, looks to do it at home here today. Flag on this play here against Ottawa will improve the field position for Edmonton.
Yeah, you work so hard to get down there, and you just want to get a piece of the returner, and why not? Because he's elusive, and you got a guy right there just getting a little high and got called for it. And, well, you just can't blame him for that. He's trying, but hey, it's gonna be caught him up a little high.
This drive starts right at midfield for the Edmonton offense. Ford looking to throw. Now he's pressured, tries to find some space, and he does, but there's a flag as he takes off. Ford's got a first down. But this one likely coming back.
Holding Edmonton, number 64. It's a 10-yard penalty. We're going to replay first down.
Yeah, we're looking at him right here is going to be your hold. And it's unfortunate. You know, these guys are working so hard up front. And you just really don't know where a quarterback as elusive as Trey Ford is and where he's going to be all the time. You expect him to be 7 yards, climb the pocket. You pressure the pocket up the middle. He's got to bounce it outside, which he does. He called for holding.
Yeah, it looked like it was Wakefield causing the issues from that D-line. Here's Ford. Delayed draw here to Brown. Brown gets a lot of it back. That'll go for just over 15 for Kevin Brown on the biggest offensive play of the ball game.
Yeah, watch Corte right here get up on his man here and get up to the second level. Really nice job. Nice patience. Boom, get there, get there, get there. Good tandem job on the backside along with Foucault. That's the way you get it done. Double team the nose, get up to second level. Brown picks up 16.
Ottawa allows just shy of 70 yards per game on the ground. Ford had to get rid of that one as the RedBlacks brought some heat that time, looking at least a 5-man rush. And that will bring up third down, and Julian will be forced to kick it away again with just over 6 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, left to right, you're going to see this man, he wants to get Mitch. That ball's tipped. Nice job by Leclerc getting his hand on it to disrupt that. Otherwise, that's an easy first down because Trey Ford saw it and delivered the mail, but Leclerc batted it on the sky.
A couple of big plays for the 27-year-old Leclerc so far in this game.
What a great day to play some football, too.
Beautiful, isn't it? Julian waiting for it, takes it cleanly. Shakes this one a bit, a lot, and it flies out of bounds, and a flag will fly as well, one that Julian would certainly want back. Crump will have the ball with a small lead
punt out of bounds.
Right? I'm jacked about this game. Kind of a slow start here. You know, these quarterbacks just kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, one deep shot from Crump, but that's about it so far. This one away quickly. That'll be complete for a first down as he goes to the near side of the field to Ackland.
Yeah, Ackland climbed the ladder there this last week. And well, I thought Dustin Crum did enough to win. And Caleb Evans said, no, I don't think so. I'm gonna make some stuff up on the fly and beat you late. 15-point comeback there. And Dustin Crum was doing everything he could on this play. I thought he broke his back. Ooh, he paid the price for those 6 points right there. That was amazing. The ball game.
Williams trying to find some space. It does not happen. Read well, and Tony Jones shuts him down.
Tony Jones, he said, dude, you're not as fast as me. And I think it'd be a good race. Here's Jones. He's right here. He's going to come this way. Ooh, it was a nice play. Of course, he had some leverage there with a teammate helping him out, too. And that was a really nice job of McLaren, who's drawn in, starting a Sam linebacker, who forced him inside to Jones and make the play in a tough running back in space.
Second tackle for a loss this season for Tony Jones. Second and 13 for Krupp. Needs a big chunk here. Has time, gets it away underneath. Spin move. And eventually they are able to contain Justin Hardy on his first catch of the ball game.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is just not good enough first down success for these football teams right now. We saw Ackman with the catch early on this drive. Moving sticks, but second and long is going to be tough sledding for both these young quarterbacks with these defenses.
Konar would not be confused there, wrapped him up. Hardy managed to get by Tony Jones, but Konar finished him off, and that brings up third down. Leone, after a couple of big kicks, this one flies out of bounds.
Let's go. We got to get a win tonight. It's been too long. It's been too long. Give us a win. Let's go, Edmonton.
Illegal punt out of bounds.
Well, you heard before we went to break that fan saying it has been too long, and yes, it has been a long time. Over 1,400 days since their last home win. They did get a win last week. For more on all of this, let's send it down to Britt Dorn.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, if they get a win here tonight, their next two matchups are against the Calgary Stampeders, who then they would only be one game behind. Niles Morgan described it best. He said teams always play two halves of a season, and in that second half, some teams slow down, some teams speed up. We're going to be that team that's speeding up. You can quote him on that. Chris Jones also said it would be a shock to everyone if we made the playoffs, but we're using that as motivation. And Trey Ford also said, hey, we're ready to defend our house, and it still feels like we haven't lived up to our potential. So, guys, hoping to see a little more action, though, here in this game tonight if they want the win.
Is this a little classic underdog story here? They're trying to develop?
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out. Got a lot of young players, well documented, 19 rookies on the team, and they're trying to learn how to win football games late.
Ford keeps this one, and nobody was fooled there. Here's what he did against Hamilton.
Yeah, and he played within himself there. You can see the numbers. Only 18 passes and 60 yards on the ground, and I just thought it was, I mean, red cover 0 here, stood in the pocket and delivered the mail. He bought himself some time. It's exactly how you got to play the game. I don't care if you're a veteran or a rookie. Trey Ford had a nice ball game last week.
Second and 10, Ford on the run again. This time he's going to throw far side of the field. He's got Lewis, and he will hang on for an Edmonton first down. Second completion of the game for Trey Ford.
Yeah, and speaking of the Elks, and you know, they want Trey Ford to keep his eyes downfield. It's exactly what he does on this, and keeps his eyes downfield, spots Lewis, and doesn't have to use his legs other than just to buy himself a half a more second to make that throw, and he makes a nice one.
Just a couple of catches for Lewis in his return to the lineup last week.
14 yards, it wasn't a big day, you know, I expected more.
Ford, pressure in his face, goes over the middle, and Dunbar, and he hauls it in. A heavy pop at the end of the play, but Dunbar hangs on.
Yeah, he does, and boy, that ball was hanging up there. Watch on the right side. Trey never really looks there, but he knifed it in there. Carriel Brooks was trying to get there and just couldn't make it. Made the hit. Nice hit. Better throw by Trey Ford.
Ford 3 of 4, 48 yards through the air. Edmonton takes the ball inside the Ottawa 35 for the first time this evening. This time they'll go back to the running back. Brown to the line of scrimmage, but no further.
Trey Ford is in some interesting company, I would say. Nathan Rourke, 10 starts by a Canadian quarterback, and This is over the last 40 years, folks, these guys making this happen, consecutive starts. Greg Favreau, 7. Brandon Bridge had so much promise, had 4. Trey Ford making his 3rd tonight. Rarefied company on top of that. Last time an Edmonton quarterback has done that, Frank Cosentino, back in 1967 to 68.
2nd and 11. Ford over the middle again. And that one held on to by the veteran Manny Arsenault, his first of the game.
And you're looking at right here, this receiver's going to come across the middle. And it looks like Manny. That's Manny making another catch. I love it. Yeah, just found a nice space there, read the defense, had him flooded to the right side, came over back to the left, and Trey Ford finds a Manny Arsenault. It's his 10th catch of the season. His 627th of his career.
139 straight games with a catch for Arsenault. Ford down the field, looking to the end zone, broken up, and almost turned over. That was Dandridge.
You see why Dandridge is such a ball hawk. And he goes hard to the football.
That's the end of the quarter.
Mitchell, he's kind of waiting on the ball, watch him get undercut. Dandridge going hard to the football. I'm going to ask my receiver to help me out a little bit, man. Let's get 6 and just work back to the ball just a little bit.
Edmonton and Ottawa RedBlacks looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. And of course, the Elks looking for that very, very, very elusive win at home. First quarter in the books here at Commonwealth. Edmonton trailing Ottawa 1-0. And talk about a little conservative approach so far. Trey Ford starting to move the ball downfield here.
Yeah, Trey as well. We saw Dustin go deep one time, and I think it's a feeling out process. And I thought that Trey come to life there on that last drive, and he didn't get any help from his second-year receiver, and Dylan Mitchell. Dylan Mitchell, I thought he started to play well, ran a nice route, found a soft spot in the zone, and then Dandridge closed, and he did not.
So Mitchell got hit here. The concussion spotter has pulled Mitchell, and we believe there's going to be a penalty announced on the play. Let's hop in here.
Upon review by the video official on the last play, there's a major foul. Ottawa number 20. We're going to go up 10 yards, half the distance, and it's automatic first down for Edmonton.
That's the second foul on Adai, and it was after the play. Dandridge looked like he undercut it, almost had a pick when Mitchell didn't come back to the football, and the play continues right here. The ball's on the ground, and then that shot, helmet to helmet, right there is what the command center has called, and first down Edmonton on the 10-yard line.
Mitchell, I believe, in the tent right now. Here's Ford, empty backfield, 4 options out to his left. He's going to take off up the middle. Ottawa reads it well, and they stuff him almost immediately. Auclair there again.
Yeah, I really don't think you have to call these plays, but we've seen Kahari Jones go to it a couple times here already, and because the defense is reacting really well, they're prepared for this. They're ready for this. They've got all eyes to them. And, Jarius Jackson is offensive coordinator making that call. And, yeah, so I think Ottawa's on top of it. They understand his skill set, and they're waiting for those called draws.
2nd and goal from the Ottawa 8. Edmonton looking to get on the boards, take the lead. Ford with time, lots of time. Now he wants to take off. Down to the 5, looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Trey Ford runs it in, and Edmonton strikes for the first time today.
Exactly what I'm talking about, Dusty. You don't need to call those quarterback draws. He's got so much ability. Let the defense do their thing and then pull it down and make it happen with what God gave you. Watch this. Eyes downfield, nice job. And then who is his speed? Oh, he took one false step. Auclair can't make it. Needs to walk into the end zone. That is what that kid can do. Just like that. Penalty converts it into 6 points, and Edmonton's got the first lead.
And Faithful puts home one more, and Edmonton will go on top 7-1. Second rushing touchdown of the season for Trey Ford, who can certainly bring a crowd to their feet when he gets out of the pocket, can he?
Yeah, and boy, you know, it just brings back memories from doing it here, watching Damon do it here, Tracy Ham watching, and you just let the defense do their thing. They don't count for you in this situation, and it plays out differently than called draws by a quarterback. And you can really pick your spots, and he chooses the right side of the defense there and outflanks Leclerc, and basically a walk-in touchdown.
Leclerc's had an excellent game.
Yeah, he has, but he's just no match in space with this guy. There's really nobody, I think, in the league that can stay with this kid in one-on-one situation when he pulls it down in space.
Capped off a 9-play, 79-yard drive that took 4 minutes and 31 seconds. And Edmonton able to find the end zone for the first time today. A bit of a short kick here. This is going to drop at the 30. Takes an interesting hop and eventually will be smothered by Ottawa.
First down for Ottawa.
So holding play, penalty rather, on Ottawa, and that'll back them up 10 more yards.
Yeah, and I mean, I look at Dean Faithful, and he only averages just about 55 yards on his kickoffs, and that one was even shorter. Not sure it was by design, but
there was a stretch earlier in the year where they were only kicking it 30 or so yards.
Yeah, and you look at the leader, Boris Beattie from Toronto, he kicks it 72-plus yards every time he kicks out. That's a 17-yard differential just in kicking the ball off in field position.
Ottawa starts on their own 26, trailing 7-1. Quick completion. And no yards after that catch. Darius Bratton is there.
Yeah, much like what Ottawa's doing or trying to do defensively, Edmonton's doing the same thing to Dustin Crum. Just making it tough on him on 1st and 10. Coming up making really good open field tackles there. Ackland getting taken down easily, and you get half, which is not bad. Workable.
Is that what you used to say back in the day? Hey guys, not bad. We can work with this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's exactly how it sounded.
2nd and 5. Crum hands it on. Straight up the middle, and that's a first down into the hands of Williams. And he gets more than enough.
Yeah, nice patience. We've seen this a couple times. Watch how everything develops up front. Let the defensive linemen go where they want and help them, slap them out of the way, and then watch Devontae Williams just kind of hunt and peck and navigate his way to the second level. Uses a block there, breaks a couple tackles, picks up 11.
Williams stands in there to the right of his quarterback right now. 3 options, wide side right for Crum. Looks to the left post, to the left, has a completion. First of the day to Shaq Evans. And he's immediately taken down by Marcus Lewis.
Yeah, one of Kahari Jones' favorite plays with Dustin Crum at quarterback, the slant routes, and go deep to shallow on that, and he looked deep and came underneath as they were running a combination route to that side, and Kahari and his quarterback were on the same page there, and Dustin found his receiver, getting him involved in the game. As a receiver, you go a quarter and a bit without touching the ball. You're going, come on, man, come on.
I'm here too.
I'm working hard. Feed it to me.
They need 4 more for another fresh set of downs. Back to the ground again. And looks like it'll be enough with Williams getting the job done.
Yeah, I've really seen a change in his game from first year to second year, and you would expect that, and it's a really positive one. And I mentioned this last week, too, in the loss to Montreal. I really think that Tuggle coming in as a Red Black and applying some pressure to Devontae Williams' job and sparing him in a couple scenarios as well has really elevated his game, and because of it, I think he's just been outstanding. What he needed running back in the Canadian Football League. And talking to Bobby Dice, he says he's really worked on his pass pro as well, which is extremely important when only got 3 downs to work with.
Tough spot for Ottawa, so they're actually in 3rd in inches here. Take them into the game. Looks like he might have been caught a little bit off guard, but did get an excellent push ahead. And now a flag right at the end of the play.
This is Dino Boyd going at it along with Coney Ely. 2 guys that I think are high-strung in the first place. And then you put helmets and shoulder pads, some heat in a football game, and let them go at it. Yeah, they're going to be some of this going on.
Just a matter of time is what you're saying.
You can see Boyd and you can see Ely going at it. You're out of the picture there. It's behind this pile of humanity.
The result of the play is a first down. After the play, there's 2 misconduct penalties, both 15 yards. Edmonton number 90, Ottawa 64. It's going to be first down for Ottawa.
Yeah, that's Ely and that's Boyd. And those are the 2 guys that I mentioned. And, you know, guys just having a little conflict, 64 and 90. Yeah. Boyd, we kind of know about that from what happened last year in Saskatchewan, yeah, that's what happens. Those are big men playing a very violent game. We'll see that from time to time.
Out to Williams again, an excellent burst, and he has an Ottawa first down. Boy, the speed that he showed there to get around the edge.
Yeah, and you talk about that. And it's difficult to do because you're talking about professional athletes, and you see the wrong route taken there by Jones, and he pays for it as Williams just is too fast. You see Jones there going, I'm in trouble. That's something I'd like to see. 31, Devontae Williams more involved in the passing game. 14 receptions, put him in space, good things going to happen.
1st and 10 from the Edmonton 46. Ackland has it. Stumbles ahead. It'll be a couple yards shy of a first down.
Hit screen, and Jalen knows, don't go back inside. Get outside as quickly as possible. He's right here. He's right there, and watch him. He just a little hitch. You got 2 receivers out front. Don't go back inside because that's where the posse's coming from. Just get outside and get what you can. Nice 1st and 10 play. Well done by the receivers as well, blocking downfield. Nice little drive here by Ottawa.
Response after Edmonton put together that 4.5-minute touchdown drive.
Love to see it.
2nd and 2. Pigram into the game. And they will go right up the middle, and it's driven back by the Edmonton defense.
Yards.
Litre not even back to the line of scrimmage. That did not go as planned.
Oh, yeah. Litre, they use him in these situations. In fact, he's like the only running back who's actually scored a touchdown rushing. 2 of them, in fact, this season. Use him as he's a bigger back. Oftentimes, you would like to have help, and that's Morgan. Niles Morgan highlighted him earlier in the football game. 3rd-year play from Notre Dame, saying, nope, not today.
46-yard attempt for Ward, and he is able to sneak that in.
He hammered that thing.
Ottawa, points on the board. They trail Edmonton by 3.
I think they should make an exception for those 2. Let them compete in that, because they're so competitive. I think they'd be really good on that show. Just saying. Think about it.
CTV, if you're listening.
Yep.
Put in the call. 1st and 10. Brooks this time. And Brooks, his first touch of the game is going to go for at least 10.
Yeah, well, they've called this play several times on both sides offensively, and it's worked really well. Little patience, nice fake by Ford. Let's Ivy and the boys get up to 2nd level, and that's going to cause problems for those small guys as you get the big boys invading your territory, trying to run around and make tackles. Shannon Brooks picks up 10.
45 yards on the ground for Edmonton already. You mentioned Ottawa doesn't give up more than 70 on average this season. Ford thought about going deep. Now he's going to take off on the run, and look at this person, Trey Ford, down to the 45, now the 40 before he steps out of bounds. And Trey Ford you'll see coming out of the pocket.
Yeah, and this, I'm watching from up here. I'm saying, don't force it. Get off of it. Look to your left. Look to your left. Go. Just go. And this is a nice angle. Oh, Claire. And he's losing it. He just kept kind of every stride. He's kind of losing a little more ground. And fortunately, sidelines came when it did. Heck of an effort by 32 to run number 2 out of bounds.
22-yard pickup for Trey Ford. 1st and 10 from the Ottawa 38. Now they'll dump it back off to Brooks. Have to wait for it. Picks it up and turns it up. Neal over top of the defender. And down inside the 25 for Shannon Brooks, the first-year man out of Minnesota.
Yeah, I love this because you've got Claire. Yeah, you got Claire. Yeah, he's right here. You're going to look at this. There's your man here. He's going to screen. Watch O'Clair. Now he's just ran down Ford. Now he's got big guy breathing on his neck, getting in front of his face, and Shannon Brooks is going high over the top. And O'Clair is like, come on, man. This is professional football.
Back on the ground again. It's Brooks again. And he'll take it down to the 20 on 1st down.
Yeah, I like what they're doing, man. Just trying to establish that line of scrimmage. Yeah, go back and look at this air raid. Little dump screen. Here comes big boys. There goes O'Clair. He's nullified. Ade, oh my goodness. Ade can't get any pace of Brooks. He goes high and gets him another 5.
2nd and 6. Just over 5 to play in the first half. Ford gets rid of it quickly. Arsenal has it. And he'll be close.
Yeah, just watch Trey Ford here, and you know he really has to get the ball out there to her, and he drops his arm and arm angle, point fake, get rid of that, let the back do that, and he sees the little window, he's got to get it in there, he knows he's got to get rid of it quickly, throws a nice strike to Manny doing his thing.
And it was enough for a 1st down.
Good looking drive. Very nice.
Edmonton coming into this game at 52.9% inside the red zone. Ford has already rushed for a touchdown today. 1st and 10 from the Ottawa 13. Kevin Brown back into the game now. They'll give it to him. Brown bounces off a couple of tackles and then is taken down by a gang of RedBlacks at the 10.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, Dusty, is one wave after another trying to get Brown down, and just nice team defense by the RedBlacks, stiffening up here on their own goal line. Backed up. They're a tough out, man. I like this RedBlacks team. Had a really tough loss last week. And
yeah, they dropped 4 in a row now.
Yeah. But, you know, they're close. And the difference between winning this league is minimal at best. And any week anything can happen. We saw Hamilton go over to BC and hand it to him decisively last night.
2nd and 7 for Ford. Lots of time. Now he wants to take off. Still going. Ford eventually gets it away. Incomplete. Gino Lewis was there. Ford is frustrated with himself.
I think his mind was going faster than his legs, which is hard to believe, right? And he just couldn't get everything timed up there. And he's trying to look for guys. He's trying to do his job. And he spots one that's kind of short arms it and just flies a little high on him. But buying some time trying to make it happen, he's going to settle for 3. He's like, he's upset. You work so hard to get down there. Yeah. You don't capitalize. These 3s are hard to swallow.
Put together a pretty good drive to have to settle for a 17-yard attempt from Faithful. And he's able to knock it through. Edmonton leads 10-4. Trey Ford staying and keeping this play alive. Eventually misses Gino Lewis. Frustration for the young quarterback. Well, make sure you stick around at the half. Shinetti with Milt. Jim and Dave will be breaking this one down. And probably a lot to talk about Trey Ford. A bunch of fans from the Northwest Territories who've been misplaced due to what's going on up there with the Flyers, getting tickets to the game and enjoying little Sunday CFL action. Here's Crump down the near sideline, and that one hauled in. What a play, what a catch by Shaq Evans. That's his biggest play of the season. And that'll take us inside 3 minutes in the first half.
1-and-1, pitch and catch, Dusty. Put it on him. Shaq Evans to do the rest.
After somebody had a big prediction last night, somebody again had a big prediction that Ottawa was going to beat up on the Elks. And I won't tell you who it is. I'm not like that.
Cincinnati. You know I said.
It was Milt.
Goodness.
It was Milt.
Done. I'm done.
Still a long way to go, though, right?
Yeah, 30 minutes of football.
Crump stays on his feet. Morgan is eventually there to finish him off.
Again, a design quarterback run, I don't think you have to do with either of these quarterbacks. Just let them play fast and free, get them on the edge, put pressure on the defense. But here, this is design quarterback draw, and Dustin Crum bears the brunt of that. Edmonton read it just like Ottawa's been reading on the other side.
Leonard, Morgan, and
It's like party at freaking Crum's house.
3 yards when it's all said and done. 2nd and 7 now.
Let it happen organically.
From the Edmonton 32, Crump gets it away quick enough. Hauled in by Hardy. But he could not get away from the veteran Ed Gainey.
Ed Gainey, Appalachian State, 11th-year player. Sure tackle. Giving Bob Dice a choice here. Oh, now he's sending out Ward. Not even thinking about it. Lewis Ward's money. He's just been destroying it this year. Leading kicker in the history of percentage and field goals. Canadian Football League. Yeah, Rene Paredes and Sean White. Paredes number 3, Sean White number 2. And you got this guy, Lewis Ward. He's having a season. Just banging him through.
93.3% on the year coming into this game. A 34-yard attempt just inside the hash, and he sails that one wide right. What were you doing, Matt?
Right?
The most accurate kicker, yada, yada, yada.
What?
In history. And he missed one. That was weird.
Very strange.
An entire half of football and a little bit here, still 2 minutes remaining, but there's a look at the longest home losing streaks if you look at the Elks versus Aussie rules football.
What? Oh my goodness. We've come to this. Wow. Well, they've only led twice at the half. Dusty, is that correct?
Yeah, no wonder Hawthorne didn't survive, eh?
Yeah.
Just over 2 minutes remaining here. Edmonton gets the ball back after the rare miss by Ward. In a 5-point ball game, they go back to the ground. Edmonton has already ran for more yards than Ottawa has given up on average so far this season. So
that's the trend.
Yeah.
And I'm over at good friends of mine, ex-Edmonton football player and teammate Eric Upton's last night, and we're talking about Rod Conop is there, Tommy Towns is there, Brian Fryer is there, and yeah, we're talking about what's going on with the Elks team, breaking it down, and that was one of the things. Got to establish the line of scrimmage, and Edmonton's been doing that over the last couple of weeks.
2nd and 5. Ford forced back, and eventually has to throw it away with 1:43 on the clock. And now a very late flag. Really late flag.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a grounding.
That's what it was. That ball had to get back up past the 45.
Oftentimes.
Intentional grounding. Edmonton number 2. It's going to be a loss of down. It's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, not a lot of pushback from Trey on that. And, you know, he lost ground there. And oftentimes he does to gain yards, which a guy as talented as that, as quick as that, will do.
You're allowing it.
As opposed to climbing the pocket and stepping up. And that time he he lost ground and got himself into harm's way and had to throw it away and cost him an intentional grounding.
Julian will kick this away. Andridge waits on his own 25. Ottawa will still have some time, especially if they can get a nice return here. Julian, kick. Bounces at the 41. And then out of bounds. For the first time in a long time, that man is back on a CFL field. For more on Braylon Addison's return, let's send it down to Britt Dorr.
Yeah, and if you saw his post on social media today, you'd know how excited he was to make his return. He did talk about, the Achilles injury, double Achilles injury, and losing his uncle to suicide for the tough year he's had. He told me that Ottawa was the only team when he was dealing with his injury that said, hey, we want you right now. Other teams called him and said, call us when you're healthy. But he said, no, I wanted to go to the team that wanted me right now, and I actually missed having my uncle to talk to him about that decision. But he did tell me that today means a lot to him, and he's going to be playing for his uncle. The coach also said, Bob Dice, it'll be fantastic to see him in Jersey again.
We talked about that a little bit earlier this week, and they said, we think he's a great football player. We wanted to bring him in and let him get better.
Right, but it's unheard of when everybody's usually cutting players and they owe him a bonus or something. And now what they do with Addison, they know he's injured. They sign him anyways, let him heal, and he sees the field for the first time as a Red Black in week 12 of 2023. That's incredible faith Bobby Dice showing in that young man.
8 career touchdowns for Addison. Crum can't find anywhere to put that ball. Throws up the far side. That one will fall incomplete on 2nd and 3, and that'll bring up 3rd down with 71 seconds on the clock.
Defense is tightening up here for sure. Anticipating closing out a half and doing it the right way and forcing 2 and outs. And it's exactly what we see the Red Blacks do. Dustin Crum did the smart thing there, not losing any more ground, just chunked that one as far as he could out of bounds. C.J. Sims, like this kid, he's ready to bust out any minute. I like seeing the offense much more.
Longest punt return of the year, 52 yards so far. Takes this inside at 25 and cleanly hangs on. Just over a minute remaining here. Edmonton leads Ottawa 10-5.
That was an illegal block on that punt return. Backs him up 10.
Vincent Forbes Montbleau, the guilty individual. So this drive starts on the Edmonton 17. See if Trey Ford can move this ball down the field.
Plenty of times.
Out to his wide side left. That's where he will throw. Hangs up there. And it's for the first time today, Kyron Moore who hangs on.
Right, he paid a price there.
Baltimore got him, didn't he?
Oh my goodness. One receiver on the outside. You can watch him out here. He's right out here, and he's just gonna get balls. He's waiting. High points it, and then Baltimore arrives.
They need 5 more. Ford out to his left, turns, little fake, opens things up, and that's going to be a first down for the elusive quarterback of the Edmonton Elks.
Couple of things here. Really good ball skills by Trey Ford, and you see his athletic ability. Steps out of the tire, something you're taught early when you're escaping to your backside. Watch him. He'll take his right foot and just open up, and he's out the gate. Now here he gets a little pump fake. Santos knocks in the air, and this little waltz to the sideline on a clear. Adam is escorting him out of bounds one more time. Try to keep this guy from scoring more points before they go to the half.
Over 40 yards on the ground already in this ball game. Ford now over the middle, and Dunbar is there. That window was closing quickly, but Ford got some heat on that one.
It was a nice throw. Just a relatively routine play. Got to make those routine plays routinely. Make the spectacular runs look routine.
Now Ford out to his left, far side of the field, going back for it. There you go. Lewis, and he breaks the tackle. Eugene Lewis to the 10, and he's going to score. Touchdown Edmonton. Late here in the first half, Trey Ford finds Gino Lewis, and he does the rest.
Let it happen organically, Dustin, and that's what happens. Quarterback to buy himself some more time. Try to climb, drifts off his back foot, expects Gino to come back, exactly what he does. We know his catch radius came into play there, and he just waltzes in the end zone. Huge score for the Elks as they widen the lead going into half.
66-yard strike to Eugene Lewis. We mentioned Bryant in his return to the lineup last week, but that's a play that not many others around the league are going to make.
Yeah, and talk about making the routine, play routinely, and making it spectacular look routine. It's exactly what we saw there from Gino Lewis. He does that on a regular basis.
Second touchdown of the year. His other one went for 102 yards.
Right here.
Yep.
Opposite sideline, going the other way. Yeah, it's just can happen like that. Got a quarterback's putting a lot of pressure on the defense, been chasing him around for almost 30 minutes here in the first half, and you saw it come into play there the last couple of plays, buying some time, trusting the receiver, and got an all-star like Eugene Lewis on the backside. Good things are gonna happen. Trey knows it. He knows it. Yes, sir. I'm surprised he didn't run down there 100,000 miles an hour. Oh, yeah, there he goes. You know you're young when you do that and sprint 80 yards just for the heck of it.
Just hustle off to the sideline instead.
Yeah, just go to the sideline and do it again.
4 plays, 93 yards in 41 seconds. Now this is bobbled, picked up and controlled by Harris. But after the bobble, Edmonton was able to get down the field and make sure there was nowhere to go.
I know what's going on, yeah. Hey, sleep and holler at me. You know what's going on. Hey, I love you, mama. Hey, y'all keep sleeping. I'm going to wake y'all up. Don't worry about it.
Great for Ford to have Gino back.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Players motivate themselves all kind of way and always put themselves on the bad end of things. Everybody's doubting them. Nobody's doubting you, Gino. Nope. Chunks it, showing you off the arm. Nice catch.
Hey, hauled it in.
That's a nice catch. Yes, sir. Nice souvenir.
So Ottawa finds themselves trailing by 12 here late in the half. This season they are 1-5, trailing after 2 quarters. Crum hands it off. Short pickup here. Crum is 7 of 10 for 79 yards. 14 yards on the ground for Crum. You mentioned they've designed some things for him, but
I don't think you have to.
Let him cook a little bit, eh?
Yeah, just let him do his thing. Kind of like what we've seen Trey Ford here in the second quarter, doing his thing. Guarantee it, that's going to pay dividends for you the longer this game goes on. People are trying to chase you around as an elusive quarterback on both sides.
Off one more time, a first down. Look at Williams going. Rumbles all the way out just shy of the 50 as the clock ticks down to 0. And that will do it for the opening half of football. Edmonton leads 17-5. Trey Ford 9 of 11, 174 and a touchdown, 42 yards and a touchdown on the ground.
Yeah, and his natural gifts and his ability to play the position of quarterback and throw the ball accurately has come into play here in the first 30 minutes. It's fun to watch, and you see it paying dividends for him, putting pressure on the defense. They're getting tired. It's going to be an interesting in the second half.
He's with our Britdorf.
Well, Trey, the patience in the pocket paying off on that play there to lose. What can you say about the way you two were able to make that happen at the end of the half here?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it this week at practice, just giving our receivers a chance because we had the athletes. And, I mean, I gave him a chance, and he came up with it and scored a touchdown. Big play for us.
Well, as well, though, you guys have really been relying on your feet tonight, you especially. That's how you got the touchdown here. So how do you plan to continue to do that in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, well, they've showed us some different things than they were showing on film. So had to make some adjustments, obviously, going into this half. But, I mean, it's a good thing I'm mobile so I can adjust on the fly. Definitely helps. And I'm just going to keep using my legs when I have the chance, keep getting first downs, give us opportunities to give the receiver chances like that.
All right, all the best in the second half.
Perfect, thank you.
Back to Matthew Shinetti in the panel.
Adjust on the fly, eh, Britt Dort? Well, you know, guys, and alongside Stiegel, Barker, Naylor, Shinetti, you know. But we're talking about adjusting on the fly. There's so many things that happened, Milton, that first half with Trey Ford. That 1 second you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Next second you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then that 66-yard touchdown pass to Geno Lewis, you're like, that's nice.
Dr. Trey Ford, as I like to call him, he's out here performing some surgery. And we know what he can do with his legs. We know he's basically the most athletic quarterback in the league. But we're starting to see him get a little bit more comfortable in the pocket. He's making some accurate, efficient throws that we haven't seen. But you can see this throw right here. This is amazing. Yes, he did make some bad plays, but for the most part, he's looking more comfortable in the pocket. This play right here, Dylan Mitchell, this is a throw you can't make. As a receiver, we're in the meeting room, we're mad at you. But he comes back the next play and running in for a touchdown. We know he can do this. Defense, you can't account for him. You try to put a spy on him. Look what he does right there. Makes a big throw to Eugene Lewis. A lot of credit to Eugene Lewis. Yes, Trey makes a good throw, but Eugene Lewis makes an even better play. So these Elks are looking like, hey, we may have found our quarterback. Yes, I know it's still early, but he's giving them life. He's giving them energy. He's motivating them. So good job by
Just
Trey
give him a
Ford.
chance, Milt.
Just give him a chance. That's all you need sometimes. Just give him a chance.
Well, that's the question the Ottawa RedBlacks are trying to answer, too. Have they found their quarterback? And, you know, Dustin Crum burst onto the scene with the comeback with all the plays he's making on his legs. But this is his 7th start in the CFL now, and you hope to see a little more evolution when it comes to being able to throw the ball down the field. And you watch this today, look, they're concerned about him being sacked, no question. He is the most sacked quarterback in the CFL, passing Cody Fajardo. So they're throwing him a lot of quick passes. There you see that one to Shaq Evans. That one was for 35 yards. The rest of his passes combined for 44. It's all quick stuff underneath, trying to get the ball out safely. But now that they're behind, they're going to have to see Dustin Crum try to open it up a little bit and push the ball down the field.
Well, Chris Jones on second down is giving a bit of a lesson. He's giving him 3-man looks, and he's either bringing full pressure or sometimes dropping off in a soft zone. Other times he has a spy right there. So he's giving him a lot of looks.
Seeing some confusion there.
Hey, what do you like about Devontae Williams? Because if it's not working for Crum, the one thing, Devontae Williams, the ball in his hand, he's moving the ball down the field.
You know, and that's what I think they need to do a little more of. I thought that Kahari Jones's approach to the running game in this game is great. They're not just running inside zone, which is typical of teams. They're running at him in different ways. They're going to start here with a power off tackle, and he's going to rip this right off tackle for, you know, a good 12-yard, 13-yard gain. On this one, it's going to be a draw on 2nd and long, and the same thing. You're going to get him a first down. And then on this last one, they're going to give him a sweep. So it's not just inside zone. It's a lot of different things they're doing. A little bit like what the Argos are doing, trying to get, it's hard to get guys outside because the speed is so great on defense. So I give them credit for trying to attack this defense in different ways with the running game.
Once again, Ottawa, just real quick, big plays. They're giving up big plays again. The big play to Eugene Lewis. They can't continue doing it. On that last play, we talked about it. You're going into the half. Dandridge has to understand the situation. They have 20-something seconds left. If he catches the ball, so what? Tackle him, but don't allow him to strip the ball away from you and go score a touchdown. That's been their problem all year long, giving up big plays.
Yeah, risk-reward.
Yep.
Risk-reward. Well, now we're 2 quarters away. The Eskimos are up 12. Can they do it? Can they do it? We'll find out. But coming up next, we're looking ahead to that great change of time during the CFL season. It's almost time for Labor Day.
And now to the near side of the field. Josiah Shackle making an impact here early. Pressure in his face. Goes over the middle and Dunbar, and he holds it in.
Nice hit. Better throw by Trey Ford.
Now he wants to take off. Down to the 5, looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Trey Ford.
It's going high over the top, and Auclair's like, come on, man.
I don't know about you boys, but Labor Day gets me excited. It starts on Saturday. Lions, Alouettes, Bombers, Riders. Monday, well, I will be in Hamilton for Argos Ticats. And then Monday again follows up Elks, Stampeders in Calgary. Back again with Naylor, Barker, Stiegel, and if you can smell it in the air, guys, it's almost time for Labor Day. I can hear different things in Hamilton when I know it's going to be different, the intensity and a few other things I can't mention on air. But when we're talking about the significant matchups, significant storylines leading into Labor Day, Dave, what are we looking at?
I like Argos at Ticats, and there's a long history of really good Argo teams going into Hamilton on Labor Day and weird things happening. And that's kind of what I'm looking forward to in this one, the atmosphere all around that. And look, I think there was a possibility before last night that the Argos might have looked past Hamilton a little bit, even on Labor Day. I mean, not after last night with what they did in BC. And just kind of you go back to the opening game, the Argos, their home game, when Hamilton was in BMO Field. The Ticats were favorites in that one. So think how much has changed over 10 and 11 weeks of the season. Again, it won't surprise me because some very, very strange things, whether it was Ivor Wynne Stadium or Tim Hortons Field, can happen on that day when the Argos come to town.
Well, that'll be a great game. But in terms of sitting in the stands on Labor Day, I'm not sure there's going to be anything better than being in Saskatchewan for Saskatchewan. Winnipeg, they just beat the BC Lions. Winnipeg's coming in there. Those Rider fans are going to be going nuts. It's going to be a slobber knocker, that one. That one is going to be...
slobber knocker, that's a good word.
It's all going to be... Oh, my goodness. I'm excited about that Sask-Winnipeg game. Although BC-Montreal is interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Calgary-Edmonton. If Edmonton wins this... Bill, what do you like?
I like them all. There's nothing like the Labor Day Classic in Saskatchewan. I tell people all the time, I don't miss playing football, but I miss the atmosphere of that game. Also, that first game, Montreal and BC. You know, BC is struggling right now. They got to travel across the country. Both of these teams are trying to get their footing back. But that Hamilton-Toronto, I'm looking forward to that one. And to my people in Hamilton, I'm coming to town. I know I talk bad about you, but please be nice to me. I don't want to have to beat anybody up. But I think all these games this weekend are going to be good.
And the dynamic of the Montreal-BC game has completely changed because of last night. Because we really talked about this at the end of the show last night. Who are the BC Lions? They've got to reestablish themselves.
They're struggling.
And Montreal kind of, they had an off night as well. So you got two teams that are trying to get up off the mat a little bit. But the questions around the Lions, to me, are really intriguing. And I think that Montreal game's a great test.
What about if the Elks win today and then they go into Calgary? I mean, they play Calgary back to back.
I was just going to talk about that.
That changes everything.
Because now you're looking at they're one game behind Calgary, and they can crawl out of the cellar when all we've thought about is, are they going to win a game? And they can actually crawl out of the cellar if they can hold on to this 12-point lead.
Well, here's the unusual thing, too. Because of the economics and the salary cap or the coaches cap in Edmonton, Chris Jones is probably going to get the entire second half of this season to be able to hold on to his job. I'm using a golf analogy, 9-9. If Edmonton wins today, Chris Jones is 2-0 on the back nine trying to keep his job. So there you go.
You're such a media guy talking about coaches getting fired, man.
It's my job, man. It's my job. I'm not cheering for him to get fired. I'm just, 0-9.
You feel that energy? That's Labor Day energy. And it really feels like, going to Dave's word, dynamics. You look across the board at all those games. The power structure in the CFL could be shaken a bit depending on those results. There's nothing in the regular season like Labor Day. And, well, 12 points. That's what the Elks have right now, an advantage. Can they end 1,415 days of futility at home? I'm squeezing some more of the Jim Barker energy for stats. Go, Coach.
Well, that's a dominant first half for the Elks. You're talking about twice as many first downs. They're throwing the ball better. They're running the ball better. But we've been here before. When they played the Bombers, they were doing the same thing, and it didn't hold on. They've got to hold on in the second half because we've seen Crumb back.
Crumb back. Put it right in my veins, that Jim Barker energy. Well, maybe the Elks would have liked to use a little bit of Terry Vaughn. 11 seasons of 1,000 yards, 1,006 catches, honored in Edmonton tonight.
Just a beautiful Sunday in Edmonton. The Elks leading the RedBlacks 17-5 at halftime. Britt Dort is with Javon Santos-Knox.
All right, what was the message at the half? In order to get a little spark going on your guys' side of the ball.
We just got to get off the field on second down and get things moving. We got to execute and play our style of football.
How are you going to limit Trey Ford? We've seen him be able to use his feet here in the first half.
We just got to contain him and keep him in the pocket and make him beat us with his arm.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
If anybody is going to maybe slow him down, it could be that man. Santos-Knox, 5 tackles in the first half, had a sack as well.
Yeah, they're okay when he's in between the tackles. But does he gets outside. Lights out.
And as far as making him beat you with his arm, in the first half, Ford was 9 of 11 for 174 yards and a touchdown as well. So he looked pretty good with the arm anyway.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Easier said than done. You know, very easy to throw that mantra, that saying out there. But when you're pressuring the defense on the edge, stepping up, finding lanes to throw the ball in, you don't know whether he's coming or going. He's got you in a rocking chair, right? Imagine a rocking chair back and forth, back and forth. And you don't know where to go. And Trey Ford's got him where he wants him right now.
Ottawa is 1-5 when trailing at half. Edmonton has led just twice at half. Won in one of those games, and we are underway. C.J. Sims on the return. And Sims, pretty decent burst back up the field. Takes him up just shy of the 40. There's a look at Trey Ford's work in the first half.
I think you got to be pleased. Other than a couple of mistakes, you know, he'll learn from it. Losing ground and then intentional grounding, but I give him a B+, if not an A- in that first half. They look very comfortable. Other than the design runs, he put pressure on the defense with his legs organically and just using his ability to buy time and then trusting the receivers downfield.
If you have him in fantasy, 21.2 fantasy points. Looking for a big chunk here down the field. Got it all the way to the 20. It's called to the 10, to the 5. No, they'll get him out of bounds. Just shy of his first CFL touchdown. But Ford with a huge strike, well over 200 yards of the game.
2022 draft. Trying to get to the end zone for the first time. Just 2 catches for 20 yards. And that was a big one for the Elks to open the half. And that's a beautiful play, action play. Well designed and executed. Cobb is loving it.
68 yards to Cobb. Forced out at the 2. Cornelius into the game. First and goal from the Ottawa 2. Edmonton trying to bully their way towards the end zone, and on first crack at it, they will be stopped short. Got a yard.
Yeah,
and what you needed.
And then ran right into the wall. Looks like he has some momentum. Picks the right side, going good, then doink. No. A little pushback there by the RedBlacks, which you would think Santos Knox, that's his territory between the tackles down in there getting ugly.
Cornelius did have a rushing touchdown in the victory last week, and will look to finish the job here for Edmonton to open this thing up a little bit. Cornelius trying to find some space, pushing towards the end zone. A flag on the far side of the field. Still no ruling. We continue to wait. And they will say he has been stopped just short.
A nice push. Ooh. Nice push by Ivy. It's just, I know I say this, folks, but if you haven't been there.
Offside. Ottawa, number 30, lining up offside. It's going to be automatic first down for Edmonton at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, now that ball just stay at the 1-yard line, keep tracking it, keep trying to do this, and it becomes redundant. And it is an ugly spot to be in down there because you got a lot of strong, skilled, big humans smacking around down there. And Taylor Cornelius trying to earn his keep in this short yardage situation. Gets it done.
Third time's the charm for Cornelius at Edmonton, and they punch it in to open up this lead to 18.
Yeah, Taylor earning the stripes a different way right now for the Elks, and he's a team guy. It's a tough spot to be in, demoted to this, but it's an opportunity to go out there and earn your paycheck, and 15 did it right there. That's tough sledding.
Third rushing touchdown of the year for Cornelius, who has adapted well into this short yardage, gigantic man role in the offense. 4 plays, 70 yards, 1 minute and 53 seconds for Edmonton to strike here in the third quarter. And Faithful makes it a 24-5 football game. It started with this. Trey Ford down the field to Cobb, pushed out at the 2-yard line. And then it ended with Taylor Cornelius taking it home. Well, at halftime, Terry Vaughn added to the Wall of Honor here in Edmonton. How's that for a 6-season stretch? 1,000 yards in every single one of those years, 40 touchdowns as well, and he's now with our Britt Dorn.
Standing by with one of the favorites amongst the CFL alumni. Terry, you come back, you get your hands on the Grey Cup, you see old teammates, you see your name added to the Wall of Honor. Walk me through the emotions you're feeling today coming back to one of your former homes.
I was a little tongue-tied when I was trying to speak, but you know, I'm a humble person, and hopefully that showed. I am humble and appreciative of the day.
Well, I know you guys are honoring the 2003 team here today, but you did play in the 2002 Grey Cup where your team lost, and you said that game and that loss taught you more about adversity than winning. So what would you say to this organization and this team as they're battling a little bit of adversity themselves?
Well, you got to put your head down, keep fighting, but also you got to stick together as a team. You're the only one that's going to be able to make this work. You know, the players on the field.
Well, thanks for the message and congratulations, and welcome back to Edmonton.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Terry Vaughn forever, the Wall of Honor. Ricky Ray, the coach.
Higgins, epitome of consistency. 11 seasons, still 1,000 yards. Truly a Hall of Famer, both on and off the field.
Big time pickup for Edmonton, stealing him away from the rivals to the south. Here's Crump, gets away with AC Leonard right in his face, has a completion on the far side of the field to Evans for his third catch of the ball game. And there's Dave Jamieson, who was with the club when Terry Vaughn was there handling all their media relations. There's a look, most receiving yards in Edmonton history.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to throw to Terry, but I got the #1 guy up top there at number 4. Got the chance to throw to them. We see Jason, he's still involved in coaching here in the league. And others, just incredible company there. Terry Vaughn, well-deserving. I can't imagine how it feels being a Calgary Stampeder and then an Edmonton football player. Yeah. And then being inducted to the Wall up here when he started down there.
Crump right over the middle. Ackland has it for a first down, and Ottawa looks to respond here by putting together a bit of a drive, trailing by 19, though.
Yeah, they need to, and this is a nice throw. Watch it. This would be a beautiful spot, and what he sees, things kind of just part over the middle there. Throws a dart to Ackland. One of the longest completed throws of the game for Ottawa. They attempted a deep one early. They kind of hung up there. Nice play by Edmonton on the back end, but they got something going here.
Fourth catch of the game for Jalen Ackland. Now from the Edmonton 42. Again, it's Braylon Addison. And Darius Bratton, the rookie in that secondary for Edmonton, is there.
Yeah,
wrap him up.
Yeah, Bratton is just going to come downhill. He's going to come downhill and not give Braylon an opportunity to do anything with that football. Ball's kind of behind him. He's got a center field turn to catch it. They see him turn around. Then when he gets his shoulders square, slide out. There's Darius Bratton.
Still a big catch for Addison, his first with the club in his first game. Getting back on the field after a torn Achilles. Crump gets it away, bobbled, eventually drops incomplete. Kona Ely watches it fall at his feet, but pressure in the face of Crump in the form of AC Leonard forcing the issue.
Yeah, it's, you know, definitely a screen, and you're going to pay the price because you invite the guys to come in. Let me see. He's somewhere in the massive humanity. I must say he's down in this area right there. Yeah, that's where he's at. There's Leonard coming in, pressuring him. And then Coney Ely was the man I circled. He was the one surprised by the ball arriving in his mitts and couldn't squeeze it.
Yeah, Lewis Ward, who missed earlier tonight, will attempt this one from 53 yards.
He's 5 or 6 from beyond 50.
54 this year, and he sneaks this one in from 53, and that has him fired up.
I love that. Dusty just cranking it, making amends.
Really a no-doubter from 53 yards, from the most accurate to ever do it. Time now for your Coors Light moment of chill, and we take a look at the pregame routine here for Eugene Lewis, chatting with his former coach.
Working on his crossover.
Big basketball guy.
Frustrated basketball guy. I mean, with his long arms, plays like this, you know, he's been great in the game of basketball. Rebounded, posting up. Oh, what could have been. But what is for the Edmonton Elks right now? Gino Lewis coming up big right before the half.
Trey Ford's last 2 passes have gone for 66 and 68 yards. They have another big one in him here. Handed off this time to Brown. Broke 1 tackle and gets about 5 yards on that first down carry.
More of what we've seen in the first half. Just pounded Gino Lewis. Look at that. A couple catches. Get you some. 57% of your total yardage. Big play capabilities. We know that. Elks fans just like to see more of it. Now that he's back, they're about to in the second half of the season.
66-yard touchdown and then a 102-yard touchdown earlier this season. That was pre-injury. He's back now and obviously contributing again in a big way. 2nd and 5 from the Edmonton 45 for the home side. Ford dumps it out to Brown. Brown past the first down. And a few extra yards for good measure into the hands of Kevin Brown.
And it's nice developing play. You see it real easily. And Trey Ford sees it, and he's patient, eyes downfield. He knows where he's going with the football. And then here, seamlessly, Brown just doesn't even look at Baltimore trying to tackle him. He just goes, no, I got you. I'll make you miss. Then I'll worry about Santos Knox as he tries to take my head off. And he moves sticks.
Coming into this game over the last couple of games since the OC change and quarterback change, Edmonton has been running the ball significantly more than they've been passing it. Pretty decent split so far here tonight. This time they'll just toss it ahead to Kyron Moore, who was eventually shot down from behind and held on to.
Yeah, I like it. A little different look. You know, coming into this game, the last 2 games, Brown was a focus. 26 carries, 187 yards. Yeah, and you know, we're looking right here, and he's going to have to come all the way point. He's like, hey, help, he's coming over. He's got to get there himself. He didn't make it, but his teammates stopped him for a 4-yard gain.
Nice recovery there from Bryce Carter to get back and finish off that play. 2nd and 6 for Ford. Finds some space, and he's got a first down. This time he'll slide and take Edmonton down inside the Ottawa 45.
That's a smart play. Move the sticks, get down. You saw how easy that was. Just fake it and get down. Yeah. That's how I'm going to play 15, 16 years in this league. Cortez says, yeah, that's the way to go. Live to play another one. Get down. Out of bounds.
7 carries, 51 yards for Ford. This time he stays on his feet. Trey Ford still going. Are you kidding me? Ford finally gets back to the line of scrimmage and no further. But 3 or 4 RedBlacks had a crack at him.
Yeah, that's ridiculous there. It's just athletic ability. I mean, you know, when is it going to get blown up? And, well, you saw it right there at the end, but there's fresh athletes attacking this kid. All eyes He's a number 2, and he's making a lot of people look silly. But enough's enough already, and Coleman says, not on my watch.
2nd and 10. All that for no gain. Ford in the pocket. Goes some more. He cuts it back upfield for a first down to the Ottawa 30. Boy, the footwork here from Trey Ford is something else, isn't it? Let's go back to that last scramble.
And I'm telling you, it's draining the RedBlacks. For every time they're running around chasing this guy, they're getting banged up. As you can see, bodies flying everywhere. Lang can't get him. Santos Knox can't get him. And then finally, Coleman beads him up and takes him down. But that takes its toll on the defense, I'm telling you.
Fresh set at the Ottawa 31. Edmonton driving the field again. Ford out to his right. This time they'll get there and take him down. Enough is enough. And Coleman gets him.
Yeah, he made that look pretty easy, right? I think Trey Ford was a little tired, too, on that play as he tried to escape and find some room to the right side. He watched number 35. Coleman just track him down, had him in his sights and beat it up for a while. Douglas Coleman, Texas Tech second-year player, making that look pretty easy against Canadian Football League's most difficult quarterback to bring down.
4th sack of the season. Now they'll give it to Brown. He bursts right up the middle. Takes it back down to the 25. And that will bring up 3rd down. And Dean Faithful will trot onto the field.
I'll take 3 in that situation there. Last time, yeah, this is crack at 3 anyways. Go up. Yeah, man, want to look at that again. Trey Ford getting tended to on the sidelines. Coleman got him pretty good.
Faithful chip shot from 17 earlier. This one 33 yards, pretty much straight away. And now everybody will point at everyone else.
Yeah. Love it. Point fest.
Officials come together for a discussion.
Yeah, he's shaking it off.
Say that's a grimace?
Yeah, that is definitely a grimace.
That's a grimace.
I mean, these guys are professional hitters, and although they're not supposed to, they're trying to hurt you. Yeah, everybody's pointing at somebody. If you're not pointing, you're not vested. Right
No,
there.
you don't care if you're not pointing.
Right. Agreed.
So we'll see.
We got procedure. Edmonton, number 47. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still going to be 3rd down.
Snap it. Snap it. He's trying to draw him off sides. What do you think? Peter J.
Right there.
Head. Yeah, that's intentional. He didn't have to do that. He knew what he's doing. That's what I'm saying. Old school. Squeezing the ball, moving the head.
Faithful backed up.
See if he moves his head this time. Just watch 47 center of the ball. Nobody over the top of him because it's illegal. Watch.
Ready. 38 Faithful. And that was steady. 75% coming into the game tonight was Dean Faithful. Knocked home a couple beautiful Sunday in Edmonton. It's Purelator Tackle Hunger Day here in Edmonton since 2003. Purelator, along with the CFL and its member clubs, Canadians like all of you watching here tonight have helped Tackle Hunger program donate close to 20 million pounds of food to the local food banks across the country. You can head to PurelatorTackleHunger.ca to donate if you'd like to help out. I'm sitting on the couch tonight.
Oh, look at that. 4th, 9th, September 22nd, October 7th, coming to Hamilton, Toronto, Ottawa, Regina. And not only are you helping a good cause and feeding folks, you get a picture with a great cut.
Always nice.
That's awesome. spectacular piece of lore right there.
Ottawa trailing by 19, right over the middle from Crum. And Mariners got his first catch of the ball game.
I like it. Check down.
Wasted no time there, right?
Yeah, just design play, short yardage, put Pigram in there. He hangs on to the football, moves the sticks, go do it again. Easy job.
Lots of time left.
Easy job
in this football game as well.
19-point lead. Gotta like it if you're an Elks fan sitting here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, early evening.
Pigram needs a yard. Steps up under center, pushes straight up the middle. Edmonton does a pretty decent job.
Maybe got a little closer, maybe about 6 inches short. Linesman, the head linesman, come running in, spotting the football. Looks good, maybe a little short.
The 3rd and inches here.
Just everybody just attacking you like piranha. Just everywhere. Just want a piece of you. And Pigram's the smallest guy in the field, and they're all just going at him like they hadn't eaten in a week.
Is that how often piranhas eat?
Yes. No. I have no idea. Nobody knows. I have no idea. I just think they eat all the time. They're really upset. They're upset fish.
3rd and inches. Ottawa is going to try it again here. Half a foot inside their 50. Pigram trying to string it out. And that turn upfield kind of lowered his shoulders and got it. Edmonton had a decent push right through the middle of the line there, but Pigram was long gone.
If it was decent, they would have got the job done.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, man, he just exploded off the football. Good jump. Watch it. Left side. Bam. But his pads were too high.
Ottawa works from their own 51. This time they'll hand it off. Williams spins ahead. Got about 7.
And spun right back into Niles Morgan. Nice run. Little spin move. When he spun right into 45. Watch the tail end of this. Boom. Good play. Nice blocking up front. Spin move. Bam! With a little elbow across the chin, too, just to seal the deal.
On the ground again, Williams broke one tackle. Serezna, among others, wrap him up. But it might not have been soon enough. Well, the spot actually is going to make him 3rd and short.
The light has gone on for Devontae Williams. I really think that he's a different player than what we saw all of last year. I'm impressed with 31, the way he's contributing to this football team and running the football. He's running hungry. You've heard me say that before. Running backs, they understand that touches could be limited. You never know how many you're going to get, and when you get the football,
make the most of it.
Yeah, like an angry fish, like a piranha. Be nasty.
3rd and 1. Pigram in here again, and an excellent push ahead. Use that right side again, and Ottawa's offense will trot back out on the field here.
This gets old, right? You know, it's tough. It's tough sledding in there right now, and I'm not sure if, as we move into the 4th quarter here, that they can continue to do that down 19. But we know this is a comeback league.
At some point, urgency crank up a notch.
Yeah,
likely, you think, eh?
See what Crum does here. See if he's aggressive.
1st and 10 from the 47. Addison has it.
There you are.
And he is close.
He's got to feel good for Braylon.
Oh, I would think so. Had a catch earlier, took a loss on it. This one manages to settle in as a member of the Ottawa RedBlacks. 1 quarter to go. Edmonton trying to snap a 22-game home losing streak. They lead 27-8. Edmonton in full control right now, leading 27-8, 266 passing yards for Trey Ford. That is a career high now, early in his career, but still you have to like what you've seen from him so far.
Yeah, and I think it starts from his prowess of running the football and putting pressure on the defense with his legs. He's gone in his 3 starts now for over 50 yards rushing each time, and I think that sets the tone until he figures it out and masters the game through the air and throwing the football over the yard. It's just going to get better, and because he's so talented, and he's got to be careful and know when to go down, make smart business decisions, and sky's the limit. Got his team in a good spot right now. Ottawa's trying to survive, bounce back. I wanted to see Pigram run because I think that kid can fly too.
Yeah, I did that preseason game in Winnipeg where it looked like he was superstar in the making.
Yeah.
Now he finds himself here in Ottawa. But yeah, preseason game like that gets you noticed.
Yeah, because
It's a 5-yard penalty and it makes it a first down for Ottawa.
Prukop, of course, comes back to Winnipeg, and Buck Pierce likes him some Dakota, and as he should. And Pigram was expendable, and they saw the talent that you saw, Dusty, and they picked him up here. And now, as of late, in the last couple of times I've seen him, called games, he's had some issues with ball security. You got to work on that because he's trying to keep the ball and not give it away in these 3rd and short situations.
Penalty against Atchambong. Sets up Ottawa for the Edmonton 32. Addison again, 3rd catch of the ball game. And his RedBlacks debut has been a pretty positive one.
He's right here. He's going to go in there and sit down. He's going to get a corner over the top. He's going to get an out here. And this man is going to be all by himself going, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And you pick and choose. Time's on the clock. You got to dump it out and don't get a chance to go to work on him. High-low him.
10th play of the drive. They go to Williams. And Williams escapes and goes all the way to the house. Where did he come from? How did he do that? Devontae Williams. My goodness. A magic man.
Just came out of nowhere. It's kind of like hid. He's a magician. Just kept those legs churning.
Now you see me, now you don't.
Yeah, he just kept, I'm singing this kid's praises, and here he bounces, and then he just kind of gets pushed out of the pile. It's like, what's going on?
Ooh, this is getting juicy, isn't it?
Right? Yeah, that helps. Quick score right there for the RedBlacks. Get a little fire into them. Last 15 minutes of play here. See if they can't be the comeback kids again.
First touchdown of the season for Williams. Now they'll look for a couple more. Crump gets rid of it quickly, and it falls incomplete behind Jalen Acklin.
Wow. Just that play never had a chance. It's like he was a day late and a dollar short, never on the same page with his receivers. Let's see why. Oh, he had pressure right in his face. That'll do it.
Another look at the touchdown for Williams. Serezna thought he had him, but he did not. 23-yard strike for Williams.
Desjardins basically threw him in the end zone. Stay up and get in there.
10-play, 70-yard drive. Took almost 5 minutes off the clock after the missed 2-point conversion.
I think Dustin Crum was just as surprised as we were. And that man, Devontae Williams. Are you kidding me?
Wants some kisses to the crowd.
There he is.
Well, you said you like him here in year 2.
I do. I just want to see more of him. I want to see him in space. You know, you saw him there in between the tackles. We see most of that. Some really nice draw plays. Getting utilized in the passing game a little bit more.
C.J. Sims on the return just outside the Edmonton 35. So the Elks lead by 13 points with just over 13 minutes left, and we'll see if Trey Ford can keep this offense on the field.
Yeah, important drive for the Elks here, and Trey Ford and his offense. Jarius Jackson, Tommy Dennison. I just think that you got to go out there and you got to sustain something, put a couple first downs together, take some momentum back here.
Take some of that time off the clock as well. Drive starts in the Edmonton 38. They'll go to Brooks. A couple of yards on first down. Nothing more.
Yeah, and I like what they're doing here. Working in a little Shannon Brooks. fresh legs. Not that Kevin Brown's tired. Just over the course of the next 9 games, they're going to need them both. A lot of teams do that. Sub them in, sub them out, keep them fresh, just like D-line. Wide receivers, O-linemen, oftentimes they don't have that luxury.
2nd and 8, Ford. 3-man rush. Over the middle, wide open. It's Gino Lewis again. Down to the 40 before he stops. Looked like Ford was going to take off. And then all of a sudden, wide open down the field, Eugene Lewis.
Yeah, and watch the Red Seas part right here. He steps up in that lane, keeps his eyes downfield. And there's Eugene, 87. How does he run it scot-free? Well, zone defense, he's finding a soft spot, and the quarterback saw it too. Big-time play, exactly what the Elks needed. Take some of the momentum back, as well as field position. It's a good response drive already for the young Trey Ford.
Ford, 14 of 16 for 297 yards. Down to the Ottawa 39. Back on the ground again, and once again, just a short pickup on 1st down with Shannon Brooks.
Yeah, and you can see that play. If you can see this play, Trey Ford, he hands it off, right? And I'm not sure what he's reading. If he's reading the second level, and it's this man that he's going to be reading right here. If he's reading him, he can pull that. And one-on-one, I'm taking Trey Ford over Jovan Santos Knox all day. No slight to number 5. No slight to him at all. It's just Trey Ford's a better athlete in space.
2nd and 9 for Ford. Pressure this time. Over the middle. It falls incomplete. Ottawa bringing some heats, and Ford had to get rid of it. Missed Dunbar.
Yeah, and the ball's behind him, you know, but I know Stevens, says he should catch that football. We've seen him make those catches, tougher catches, obviously. The guy's a great receiver in this league. Looking good in an Elks uniform, really a big-time contributor, #1 receiver on the football team.
A couple of touchdowns last week.
Yeah, he's a stud.
This would tie a season long for Dean Faithful. His season long is 45.
Might be a 50-yarder. Count them up here.
Now a flag on the field.
Edmonton had 13 players, in the formation. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
Yeah, now it's going to be a 50-yarder. I think that's out of his range.
He has not kicked a 50-yarder all season. We'd probably like to have the ability to attempt a 50-yarder, but instead they'll punt it away.
Yeah, and like I said, on his kickoffs, the average is just at 55 yards, and that's taking a run and start and just cranking on it with nobody trying to block the kick. So, yeah, right at that break point, and they decided we're going to go ahead and punt it. But a decent drive and stopping some of the momentum that the RedBlacks had from that score.
Brandon Dandridge waits. Towering high kick. It's going to hang up there for a while. Dandridge takes it at the 15 and steps out of bounds. Edmonton trying to keep a drive alive just behind. Dunbar couldn't haul it in. Ford will take the blame for that one. Did you see this earlier in the week?
What?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I
with the Barracudas jersey.
I saw that. Somebody asked who wore it better. I'll tell you who wore it better. I'll tell you who wore it better. Chris Dyko, Thomas Rand, Craig Gibson, Marcus Grant, Jason Phillips, Angelo Snipes, Keith Woodside, Anthony Drawhorn, Mark Ledbetter. A lot of my ex-teammates wore it.
They all wore it better?
Yes.
Sharp
Offside,
look
Edmonton 94. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still 1st down.
Jake Serezna gets tagged for 5 yards.
Pretty cool, though, right? Sporting that. I have no idea why. Right.
One of the bigger stars in the NFL. Got some retro CFL swag. Here's Crump. Pressured. Taken down. Niles Morgan having a game.
Yes, sir.
Third sack in his last 2.
Yeah. 4th on the season, I believe, and just making it happen. Oh, yeah, now it's right. You're standing up. Go get some. One-on-one with Williams. Williams didn't man up enough. Got run over, pushed aside. Dirty work commenced.
Back to Williams here, and he's taken down from behind by Noah Curtis, who got the start today.
See, that's just exactly what the Elks needed defensively as a football team, as a fan base, is that stop right there. I mean, that was a poor series by the RedBlacks, trying to get back in this, claw their way back down 13 with just under 10 minutes to go. You needed better than that, but the Elks were up to the challenge. They said, no, not this time.
Curtis, a nice find in the 3rd round of the draft for Edmonton. TJ Sims backpedals, makes a move. Sims can't get out beyond the 35. Well, who did wear it better? Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek.
Yeah, right? Look at the locks. It's going deep, baby. Eat some. There you go. Oh. Yeah, that was Marcus Grant. He was a bus driver in Dallas. We found that guy, and he was like tearing people up. Went to about 1,600. Bam! Get some.
CFL on TSN continues as Week 13 action kicks off on Saturday with showdown between the Lions and Alouettes. Tune in at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, only on TSN. Kind of a big weekend in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, I mean, heck, this weekend's been amazing. You know, it's just some really good football games. And, yeah, just more of the same next week with a little more intensity down.
Empty backfield for Ford. And he picks his way ahead for about a yard on 1st down.
That's funny. Yeah. Abdul Kakana coming in there late like he's going to deliver a blow. Dude, you're not even as big as Trey. Coming there with an elbow. Oh, and there's a late hit right there.
Wakefield, yeah.
Yeah, Wakefield. That was not necessary. Kane tried to get him. Here's another. There, and then watch this right there. That's wrong all day long. That is wrong all day long.
Yeah, Wakefield knows exactly what he's doing in that situation.
Yeah, he's trying to take the young quarterback's head off after the whistle. Canna, who tried to get him with his own flipper as he was going down. Yeah, he knows. Everybody's watching this game knows too now, Trey. That's uncalled for, man. You don't need that in the game. It's tough enough. It's violent enough, physical enough. You don't need that extra stuff.
Don't need that extracurricular stuff.
And Mike's a good ball player. He's a good ball player. It's just things got away from him on that play, and he should be docked for it.
4 sacks on the season coming into the game for Wakefield tonight.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kenna's up and heading off. Ford back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, we know this. I think he'll be fined for it. Maybe not called for it now, but later on in the week, we'll read his name.
Gonna hit the wall in a bit?
That's right.
2nd and 10 for Edmonton. Ford on the run. Out to his left, throws over the middle again. Complete for a 1st down. Back into the hands of Manny Arsenault. 3rd catch of the game. Caught all 3 balls thrown his way.
Manny went into the Manny walk right there. Just skate to your left. Keep your eyes downfield as we asked you to. Look back. Sidearm it. Find a little soft spot. Manny's moving the sticks.
Things open up when he gets out of the pocket, don't they?
That's organic. That's what happens. Guys give you that ability, use it, and you will wear people out for a long time in this league if you can stay healthy.
First career 300-yard game for Ford. He's up to 317. Back to Brown on the ground. And Brown about 4 yards on that carry. 300 passing yards, 317, plus 51 on the ground with a touchdown through the air and another one using his feet.
I think that's first of many for Trey Ford. DA number 9, good friend of mine, ex-teammate, wore people out with his legs, put pressure on defenses for 23 years, and rushed for almost 12,000 yards. If he can stay healthy, this young man will play a while.
6 more yards is what they need here. Ford escapes again, and he's got a first down again. Eventually tripped up, but not before he gets inside the 40. Trey Ford picking apart the Ottawa defense.
Like I said before, at the beginning of the game, in the first quarter, when he was running all over the place and putting pressure on the defense, it would pay dividends. You see Coleman coming in there late, too. These guys got a beat on him. He's got a bone to pick with him. He's about the only guy with some speed that I think can match number 2. But that's reaping rewards for number 2 right now, is wearing out this defense.
Down to the Ottawa 38. Brown found a bit of a hole. And he's going to get a good 8 yards on first down as the clock continues to tick down here at Commonwealth.
Yeah, this is impressive what they're doing. I think they're finding the recipe for success. Don't turn the football over. Take care of it. Be smart. Run the football. Control the line of scrimmage. Limit your penalties. Last week, 10 days ago in a win over Hamilton, only 5 penalties. And they didn't turn the football over, but I think one time on down. So
hit a couple of big ones today, too.
Yeah, and that helps.
Yeah. And they controlled the time of possession in this ball game.
There's still 5.5 minutes to play here.
Almost twice as many yards offensively as Ottawa. Brown again.
Oh my gosh.
He gets clobbered as he was looking to pick up the first down, and he will be stopped significantly short. And somehow he's lifted back to his feet.
Oh, he just got erased. Like evaporated. I think it's number 5, Santos Knox. I think it's this guy. Oh, excuse me, Santos Knox right there. Let's see if he comes in there late. Bam. Oh, no, that's Coleman.
I think it actually was Bolden. They were all over him.
Oh, that just got folded.
Within the comfortable range of Dean Faithful, 37-yarder to push the lead to 16. And Faithful strokes it through. Multiple flags on the field. And now a scrum just outside the Ottawa 20, and another flag is thrown right at the end of it. Jordan Reeves talking some trash. There's Brown. Look, is he going to get the first down? Did he get the first down? Nope. Lorenzo Bolden there to confirm.
Pissed off.
Welcome back. We have some evacuees out in the crowd tonight trying to take in an Edmonton football game, try to get their minds off of the wildfires that are ravaging back home. There were 3,000 of them that had registered in Edmonton as of Sunday. And of tonight, 1,864 are in the crowd. And you saw the flags, the signs, the Northwest Territories strong on their T-shirts. And the group of them still excited to be here, despite what's going on back home. The Elks said they just wanted to put a little bit of a smile on their face, figuring what's going on back home. And I mean, it's another example that hopefully sport can bring some joy to people's lives during a tough time, guys.
Yeah, great cause. Get them out here and, as Britt mentioned, take their mind of everything that they had to leave behind at home.
There are 3 penalties during the play. The first penalty happened during the play. It's a major foul, 15-yard penalty, Edmonton 62. We'll go back 15 yards. We'll replay third down. There are 2 other penalties, both misconducts, both 15-yarders. Edmonton 27, Ottawa 94. They even out. It's going to be third down repeated.
Explained nicely by Ben Major.
Yeah, that was like a dissertation.
It really was.
Like he's reading off the cheat sheet there. A lot going on. Guys are hot in the collar, literally. Ottawa's backed up, down 16.
Now that'll take 3 off.
Yeah, now they're down 13.
Yeah.
Punting the football. They're scratching and clawing, trying to be the Crumback Kids one more time. This guy can make it happen.
Dandridge
This will help.
waits back there. Has already taken one all the way back this season.
Bobby Dice is not liking how this is being handled right here. On the sidelines, and he's just trying to figure out what's going on. He wants an explanation.
Please reset the game clock to 4 minutes 23 and reset the play clock to 20 seconds, please. 4:23, thank you.
Bobby knows how important that time is to his team. His time is dwindling here. They're going to call a timeout.
Ottawa has called a timeout.
Crum so far tonight, 13 of 18 for 133 yards. What do you thought of him so far?
So the clock didn't run off.
I thought
20 seconds off, I think.
He missed early.
Don't quote me on it.
Ball floated on a little while. Edmonton to make a play on it, but I just think it hasn't really been about him. It's been about the Edmonton Elks football team and their defense.
And they're controlling the ball offensively. They haven't given him a lot of time on the field.
All those things add up to a long night, and you're trying to make something happen. You know you can't force the issue, but I think it's more about the Edmonton defense, as you said, controlling the football.
Dandridge will stand back on his own 6-yard line, waiting for this kick from Julian on 3rd and 16. Just got it away, but he's hit. He got hammered as he let that ball fly. And the flag out immediately.
Yeah, so that was
roughing the kicker. Ottawa 47.
He got hit hard.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
Block this.
It's an automatic first down for Edmonton.
He's in the air, and he gets completely taken out. It's a good thing that he got taken out while he was in the air, because he planted on that left leg, on his plant leg. Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. And I know Nigel Roman didn't mean anything by that, but
he was going all out to try to get that ball. Yeah,
definitely an easy call for the officials. Extends this drive, which is a good thing for the Elks.
So now just over 4 minutes remaining, and Edmonton's offense will stay on the field after that penalty.
He knows it too. Nigel's a good football player.
The game clock didn't start. Please start the time. Would I roll my arm in, please?
There you go.
Now they'll get her going.
Nigel, he knows how important that penalty that was, and how devastating it could be.
Get that ball back down, just 13, 4 minutes to go. Still a tough task, but definitely make things more difficult now. I'll hand it off to Brown. And Brown takes it inside the 25. Great chunk on first down. You can feel the crowd here at Commonwealth.
Believe it.
Really starting to...
They can shake this. I mean, it's not a cloud in the sky, but getting rid of that big black one that's been following around for 1,415 days.
For about 4 years.
A long time.
With that being said, the way that they lost some games during this streak, you don't want to say anything until the very end. So.
No, I wouldn't. Just let it play out. Then everybody can celebrate. Talk about being 2-9. Got Calgary back-to-back. Most important 2 weeks of the season for the province of Alberta.
Brown again. Not going to get that first down, and that'll bring up third down.
Well, if anything, they took a minute and a half off the clock here. Another chance for a field goal. Go up 16.
sad news in the Canadian Football League today. Rich Stubler passing away at the age of 74.
Yeah, Rich was the coach's coach. He was a defensive guru, set the tone, innovative. Great man.
Over 30 years in the Canadian Football League. Welcome back to Commonwealth Stadium, where you have to dial it back to October 2019. A quarterback?
Was that Ricky Ray? Who was it?
It was Kilgore.
Oh, Logan Kilgore. Yeah.
Wore the 15.
Yeah.
Wow. Got by the BC Lions on October 12th, 2019. Jason Moss as the head coach. We've shown that a number of times because they were headed towards another loss. A different story here tonight as Faithful knocks it through, and Edmonton at home goes up 16.
I think this crowd can feel it, Dustin. I think they can feel it.
1,415 days since their last home win. 22 consecutive defeats at Commonwealth.
So you're saying there's a chance? Oh yeah, he's eating it.
Eating the 415.
Eating it. He's going to swallow it though. No.
They're going to be devastated if they blow this.
Yeah, that's 240, 16-point lead.
A lot of things would have to go wrong.
Yeah, with that last drive, although they got some help, roughing the kicker and went up, that last drive was important for them to respond, and they did. And they put 3 on the board, and that's huge. That's a step in learning how to close out games, and it's all Chris Jones and his team wants his team to do and learn. Is to play 4 quarters, limit turnovers. Do not take penalties.
6 minutes and 40 seconds.
Closes out. Yeah, that's good. 6:40. That's what you need. Take the momentum back. And they did.
Faithful. Man, kicks this one out of bounds for some reason.
Illegal kickoff out of bounds. Edmonton number 18. It's going to be first down for Ottawa at the 50-yard line.
That's it. 50-yard line. That's great field position. Get a quick score, and you never know. Last week, in the crazy loss to Montreal, Ottawa, Richie Leone was having a heck of a day punting the football.
Timer, please reset the clock to 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Wow. Looked like sort of another one of those designed shortish kicks.
Yes, and Leone last week punted the ball out of bounds, and that started that whole drive and explosive play. Next thing you know, Ottawa's in the end zone. They win the game. I'm not saying it's going to happen here, but I'm just saying that you can't have those lapses.
Yeah, made things easier. They started their 50 Commonwealth crowd trying to get behind this defense. Crump on the run, throws it away, and gets it out of bounds past the line of scrimmage. Edmonton's defense was hounding them there.
Yeah, desperate to make something happen. Did a nice job of not. Yeah, here's your man right there. As Niles Morgan going to be pressuring, not going to allow him outside. Bang, bounce it, get in his face. Little exclamation point, eat some turf. Third-year player Notre Dame getting it done tonight with the Elks.
2nd and 10 for the RedBlacks on their own 50. Crump, AC Leonard couldn't get him. Tries again. Crump staying on his feet. This is spectacular stuff. Hammered as he throws it up for grabs. Incomplete. Oh, a lot going on right there.
The fire drill and the fans are just cheering on the Elks right here, trying to bring them home with 2:22 on the clock. Just, it looked like a Ford example of just making people miss, creating a fire drill. And a jump ball and batted to the ground. Nice play, heads up play. 3rd down.
They need 10 yards. Crowd in Commonwealth coming to their feet.
They can feel it.
Sensing that home victory. Crump has a completion. First down, drives alive.
That's clutch.
Justin Hardy.
Hello. Where's he been?
Quiet night, third catch.
Very quiet. As the Ottawa attack has been. Got to go hurry up. Got to make it happen.
Down 16 from over the middle. Another completion for a first down. And they'll march here as the time ticks down towards 2 minutes.
Addiskin over the middle. Got a deep shot if he wanted it to the boundary. Didn't see it. Took what he wanted over the middle. Moved the sticks.
Timeout.
Timeout by Ottawa. This is their last timeout.
Last one. Use the one at 4 o'clock, trying to save some time prior to the 3-minute warning. It was a smart move by Bobby Dice.
Addison, that's his 4th catch of the game, tied with Jalen Ackland for the team lead. Throwing 4 balls tonight, caught them all in his Ottawa debut. Coming back off Achilles surgery, then he fell on some stairs, had to have another Achilles surgery, and Ottawa's been waiting for him. And he's back out there.
Yeah, this is crunch time. Got to make a play here. Got to be smart too. Got to position them with formation, motion, whatnot, and pick out a favorable matchup and go to work.
First and 10 from the Edmonton 34, 3-minute rush. Crum flushed out of the pocket again. Goes over the middle and drops at the 30. Looked like Shaq Evans took a peek. Didn't haul it in. 2nd and 10.
Yeah. That's not a bad thing. AC Leonard saying, yeah, I'll just give you a shot just for the sake of it.
Just a little one?
Yeah, I'd be peeking too, by the way. I got Konar and I got Morgan zeroing in on me.
You want to see what's coming?
High tendency there, percentage of peeking.
We'll do it again. 2nd and 10.
Yeah. You got Mariner one-on-one. See receiver here to the right. You got Shaq Evans to the left. Ackland, Addison.
Hardy, Edmonton 34 has a completion. And that is close to another first down as he got it to his running back, Jackson Bennett. First catch of the game for 22.
And he gets destroyed at the end of this play. Takes a major hit trying to stay up. Oh, man. Trying to seal the deal. The Elks are. Ottawa's trying to extend this.
3rd and inches. And Crum just barrels ahead. Takes it down inside the 20 with 1:47 on the clock.
Yeah. Here it is again, another look at the play before on the screen. Oh my goodness.
Morgan.
Now it's Morgan. Little chicken wing across the face.
9 defensive tackles and a sack for Morgan.
Not a bad night. Following up with another good game.
1st and 10 from all the time in the world. Now he tries to escape and he does. Crum to the 10. That's where he'll be stopped. As Crum trying to keep Ottawa alive, but they're down by too much, with not much time left.
Crum Dog Millionaire just refuses to lose and go down without a fight. This guy just breaking tackles. He just shed 200-300 pounders there like they were nothing.
Konar, who eventually finished him off. 2nd and 1 for Crum. Trying to have some hope. Has a completion to Hardy.
That's a heads-up play in space, just recognizing the route and jumping it, making a sure tackle. It's Mark McLaurin, second-year player, Bulldog from Mississippi State. Big-time play right there. Getting it started for it.
They've moved him around this defense. He's played a couple different positions in the secondary.
Yeah, now, on this drive here, Edmonton defense is getting a taste of what Ottawa's defense has been put up with for most of the game, with Ford.
Yeah.
is the escapability of Dustin Crum, another elusive quarterback that's fun to watch and trying to figure out the game with God-given ability, running the football, and he's learning how to sling it too, and he's pretty good at that. And he's putting a lot of pressure on Edmonton this last drive here. Running out of time though.
Coney Ely.
This might be a
getting looked at here.
Might be a go to the knee thing for Coney. You know, just take a knee. Guys need a break.
No breather.
No breather. You know, nothing wrong with that. G-Roy been there, done that. You know, it's going to be a big-time win for him and his organization. Moving forward, build on this. Like I said, Calgary, back-to-back, Dustin. You got to be chomping at the bit for that one.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, man.
Look forward to doing that one. First and goal from the Edmonton 7. Crum got to strike quickly here. To the corner. Almost strikes on the play. McLaurin can't believe it. Addison was looking for his first as a member of the RedBlacks.
Got pass interference. Edmonton
right here
number
running
8.
Corner route.
The foul occurred in goal. It's going to be first down for Ottawa at the 1-yard line.
That's nothing but 6'11" to the field there. 6 is a corner and 11 is the two little hitches and bang routes as they turn into because it's man coverage. You know,
a forearm on him.
Yeah, you know that's illegal. Yeah, this should be. They got to get this quickly here.
To the game and into the end zone is Pigram, and Ottawa will pull within 10 with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the game. Got to have 2 here.
Yeah, they do. They know it. You work all week and you have these special plays and 2-point converts, and you got maybe 1 or 2 choices.
Pigram had a couple of touchdowns last week.
Yeah, that's a big one right there. Give him a chance here.
Give him 3 in 2 games. An 11-play, 60-yard drive that only took 90 seconds off the clock. Started with great field position after a bad kick from Faithful. Now they got to have 2 here. Crum will look to keep them alive.
A lot of pressure.
Gets it away.
Got it.
Incomplete. Was looking for Hardy, and it falls incomplete. And Edmonton will maintain a 10-point lead.
That's huge. That is huge. Hardy's going to run a quick out here. All-out pressure by Edmonton. He's going to run a quick out. Ball's going to be thrown low and away, giving his receiver a chance and nobody else. Speed cut that. You don't have to make a move. He's playing off. But I threw off the time a little bit. I'm going to say speed cut. No chance to move. Just go up there, tag him and say, you're it, and run away. Just run your route. Roll over the top of it and come out of the break quickly. Hardy tried to move him there, and he didn't have to. Just run a speed cut. Had a better chance of success on that one. They'll learn from that.
Great shot there of Niles Morgan, who's just been an absolute monster for this Edmonton defense tonight.
Hey, speaking of Hardy, showing him right there, a lot of good commentary and belief from head coach Bobby Dice. Says he's nothing but a pro. He comes to work every day, and he's a great example for their younger receivers. Justin Hardy is a heck of an athlete and player in addition to the RedBlacks, and just couldn't make it happen in that play.
Lewis Ward trying to get Ottawa this ball back. He'll lay it up there. Pulled in on the far side of the field by the sure hands of Gino Lewis. And that will do it for Edmonton.
Nobody's leaving. Nobody's leaving the stadium. It's like the fans are sitting down in their seats and they are like gonna enjoy and savor every minute of this. Every second. That's a good guy to go high point.
I was gonna say, that's probably the right guy.
Mr. Basketball.
Spectacular performance tonight from Trey Ford. 15 of 18, 317 yards, 65 yards on the ground as well. Touchdown through the air, touchdown with his feet. Just sensational stuff.
Yeah, and what he brings to the table. That's It's a heck of a night. I'll take that all day, every day.
He'd been on the wrong side of this 22-game home losing streak as well.
You're right. You're right. And it's going to feel good for Trey Ford, although he's a young quarterback. He's going to even up his record here at 3-3 over the course of his career.
Ford escapes again as he's done most of the night on the run. Ford will slide to a round of applause from the Commonwealth crowd.
In style, looks like he might have picked up that first down there. Trey Ford, you know, he's responsible for 3 of the losses here in this streak, and so he's right and wrong too. Personally involved, as well as Nick Arbuckle, who had 1. And you've got Trevor Harris got 4. Cornelius had 14. There's your 22 in a row, and Ford's about to snap that in style.
Well, and Cornelius will come in here on 3rd and 1 to try to help seal this thing away.
Oh, it's kind of cool.
For the first time since the name change, are closing in on a home victory.
Yeah, we'll take a look at Trey Ford's work here tonight. What he brings to the table. 22-yarder right there, moving the sticks, buying time. Walk-in touchdown right here. Magic. It's a lot of fun to watch. When you have that, you play to your strengths and you work on your weaknesses. Try to figure out the passing game. And all the while, you're putting a lot of pressure on defenses. When you take care of the football, that's what he did a good job with tonight. His football team helped him out. Gino Lewis came back to make some big plays for him. Brown was running the ball extremely hard. A little Shannon Brooks in there. O-line control the line of scrimmage was beneficiary, and that looks good on Chris Jones.
Refreshing for Chris Jones, and for the first time in forever, the Edmonton Elks win at home, snapping a 22-game home losing streak. And I know I've said it before, but I'll say it right now. What is happening? The Elks have won 2 in a row.
That's 1 week at a time. Every team talks about it. Stay incrementally sound, stay focused, trust the process. Day 1, 2, and 3. Be good to yourself, take care of your body. Good things happen. This team never stopped believing. I remember after the first win in Hamilton, Jake Ceresna said, "We never pointed fingers."
Trey Ford, fresh off a victory at home, is with our Britt Dort.
Trey, the wait is over. You put an end to the 22 home game losing streak. How does it feel to be the quarterback that helped lead your team to victory here tonight?
Feels fantastic. I mean, hopefully one of many. Hopefully we can keep getting it and, you know, put ourselves in a chance to make playoffs.
Seeing the way that this crowd and your teammates are reacting to this huge win, just what did it teach you guys to walk through this as a team?
A lot. I mean, I think the big thing is us just sticking together. I mean, last week when we were in Hamilton, offense stalled in the 3rd quarter. Defense helped give us a spark, pick us up, and I feel like offensively today, we came out and we were able to play for 4 quarters, and I thought the defense did a great job closing out the game. But just playing together and moving forward as a team.
Well, you're riding a 2-game win streak now. You're only 1 game behind the Calgary Stampeders, who are now the next 2 games you will face them. So what's it going to take to get past them and keep riding this?
I mean, they got a great team, but I mean, so do we. So as long as we just execute and play 4 quarters, it's going to be fun to play, and they got a good defense. They got a dynamic offense, but just excited to see how it goes.
Congratulations. Go celebrate with your teammates.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sending it back to you, Maddie and Dustin.
What a performance for Trey Ford.
Yeah. I think he can kind of settle in and get used to it. He's a dynamic player that not many people have a skill set like his, and that's why he was a Heck Crichton Trophy winner. It's why he was chosen 8th overall in the 22 draft, and it's a head scratcher when you think about that he was staying on the practice roster and 3rd and 14 quarterback for a long time, but they got to him, and he's doing the job now.
Career high in passing yards, career high in rushing yards. for Trey Ford, and he earns this victory tonight. It took 1,415 days for Edmonton to win at home, but it finally happened. The Elks victorious at Commonwealth. That'll do it for us. Sports Center with Sarah Davies and Adam Scully is next.